1 month from today, Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene will officially leave Congress. That will set off quite the competition for that 14th district seat in Northwest Georgia. Let's talk about it. Joining me is NBC's Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, it's always great to see you. And we saw these disagreements between Congresswoman Greene and President Trump play out publicly. Now, from your view in Washington, what does this chain of events say about what's happening within the MAGA movement and the Republican Party?
Faith, it's a great question. The fact that Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has announced she's not going to seek re-election underscores the fact that we are starting to see small cracks form in the MAGA base. And I think the big question moving forward is how big are these cracks going to be? Are they indicative of a broader split? For her part, the Congresswoman has broken with President Trump on a range of different issues, from her very firm calls to release all of the Epstein files, and then also on other issues, Faith, foreign policy. She thought that President Trump was too focused on foreign entanglements, not focused enough on issues here. She's expressed frustration with her party for failing to introduce a health care bill, for example. She says she hears from her constituents every day, including her own family members, who are struggling with the cost of health care and concerned those prices will only go up in the new year. And I think one thing to watch is, do we start to see more members of Congress side with Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene on some of these very critical issues for voters? Faith?
Kristen, one thing we know Georgia voters are concerned about is the economy. That is true, of course, nationwide. Yeah. Affordability is just kind of really the big buzzword now. Earlier this week, President Donald Trump, he downplayed the cost of living concerns and called the affordability issue a con job by Democrats. We do know that Republicans are also saying that affordability is an issue, however. But how is this message playing with voters, Kristen?
Well, I can tell you, first of all, it's not playing well with Republicans. They are concerned that the president downplaying affordability, calling it a fraud, a hoax, that could only hurt Republicans. Of course, we had those off-year elections where Democrats did very well campaigning on messages of affordability. Take a look at the polls, Faith. A recent Economist YouGov poll shows nearly 2/3 of voters, 59%, disapprove of the way the president is handling affordability. This is the #1 issue for voters, Faith. So this is critical. Republicans keenly aware that they need to not only act but message on this as they head into the midterms, as they fight to hold on to the House and the Senate. Now, will we start to see a different tone coming from President Trump? That's one of the big questions I have. We're going to see him go to Pennsylvania. He will be talking to folks there about the economy. Will he strike a different note? If he does, that could be a sign that advisors have been very clear with him that this issue is critical and it's going to determine the fate of Republicans moving forward, Faith.
Kristen, thank you so much for your insight. Meet the Press airs Sunday morning at 10, followed by the Georgia Vote at 11 right here on 11 Alive. Kristen, we'll see you then.